The ocean is a place that feels both familiar and mysterious to us. It is all around us, closely connected to our lives. At any given moment, more than 50,000 commercial ships are sailing across the world's oceans, their routes crisscrossing every sea. Each year, we harvest over 200 million tons of fish and seafood from the oceans, with fishing trawlers reaching depths of up to 1,500 meters on the seabed. However, we are aware that the ocean's depths hold many secrets yet to be uncovered. So far, we have explored less than 5% of the ocean and mapped only 20% of the seafloor. Thanks to the relentless efforts of explorers and scientists, each year brings new discoveries from the deep sea. Now, let's dive into the deep sea expeditions of 2024 together. The ocean layer above 200 meters is known as the euphotic or sunlight zone. At this depth, sunlight can effectively penetrate the water, allowing large amounts of phytoplankton to perform photosynthesis and generate energy. Around 90% of marine life exists in this zone, including plankton, floating seaweed, jellyfish, tuna, many species of sharks and dolphins. Scientists estimate that the microorganisms in this region produce half of the Earth's oxygen. Within 40 meters below sea level is the depth where humans can comfortably operate. The typical depth for swimming is between 1.5 to 3 meters, while recreational scuba diving generally does not exceed 40 meters. Beyond this depth, nitrogen under high pressure dissolves into the body, and if a diver ascends too quickly, they risk decompression sickness. At greater depths, nitrogen narcosis can occur, causing dizziness, slow reactions, and impaired judgment, much like the effects of intoxication. This zone is also the most visually stunning, with vibrant coral reefs, schools of sardines, colorful lobsters, and various species of sharks and dolphins. At 60 meters, you also can reach this depth in the world's deepest swimming pool, Deep Dive Dubai, which opened in July 2021. Certified by Guinness World Records, it is 15 meters deeper than the previous record holder. However, Deep Dive Dubai is more than just a pool. It offers a vibrant underwater world where visitors can undergo professional diving training, play underwater table football or chess, and explore various facilities in the submerged city. At 70 meters, you'll encounter the largest shark in the ocean, the whale shark. These gentle giants can grow up to 20 meters long and weigh around 20 tons. Unlike other sharks, whale sharks feed on plankton, algae, krill, and small fish. When they open their enormous 1.5-meter wide mouths, they can filter large volumes of seawater to capture food, processing over 6,000 liters of water per hour. At 100 meters, we reach the maximum depth for professionally trained divers. Free diving, which involves diving without any equipment, is an exceptionally challenging and dangerous sport, ranked as the second most dangerous after base jumping. On June 14, 2007, a man named Herbert Nitsch set a world record by free diving to an incredible depth of 214 meters on a single breath. For diving with equipment, the current world record is an astounding 332 meters, achieved by Egyptian diver Ahmed Gabr in 2014. With the help of a guide rope, Gabr descended to this depth in 12 minutes, but his ascent took a full 15 hours due to the risks of rising too quickly. Divers ascending too fast from such depths risk decompression sickness and nitrogen narcosis, but Gabr managed to avoid these complications. At 100 meters, you can also find the giant Pacific octopus, a creature with the ability to change colors like a chameleon. This species can grow up to 6 meters in length. In ancient sea myths, these octopuses were often depicted as terrifying sea monsters capable of attacking ships and capturing sailors. Below 200 meters, we enter the Twilight Zone. At 200 meters, we encounter the oarfish, also known as the earthquake fish. The oarfish is the longest bony fish in the world, capable of growing up to 10 meters. Due to its peculiar appearance and enormous size, it resembles the Eastern dragon, though lacking feet, and is often referred to in Japan as the messenger from the Dragon Palace. It earned the nickname earthquake fish, as it is frequently spotted after seismic events. In 1996, a 7-meter-long oarfish was found washed ashore on a California beach by the U.S. Navy. Photographs show that it took 15 people to lift this massive creature. At 300 meters, we can observe the largest crab in the world, the Japanese spider crab. This creature can have a leg span of up to 4 meters and weigh up to 20 kilograms. However, its body is relatively small, with a diameter typically no more than 46 centimeters. Its incredibly long legs give it a rather terrifying appearance. Descending to 500 meters, we encounter the largest animal on Earth, the blue whale. These majestic creatures can reach a length of 30 meters, equivalent to 3 school bus, and weigh up to 200 tons, about 18 school bus. And it is the largest animal to have ever existed on Earth, far surpassing even the largest dinosaurs. In the deep ocean, they can produce sounds as loud as 188 decibels, which can be heard by other whales as far as 1,600 kilometers away. For comparison, a jet engine generates around 140 decibels of noise. At this depth, we can also encounter the Antarctic emperor penguin, the largest penguin species in the world. These remarkable birds can dive to depths exceeding 500 meters and stay submerged for up to 10 minutes. The emperor penguin holds the record as the deepest diving bird on Earth. At 500 meters, it must endure a pressure of 50 atmospheres, equivalent to the weight of a polar bear standing on a quarter. At 600 meters, we reach the maximum depth for conventional submarines. Whether nuclear or diesel-electric, most submarines operate at depths of around 300 meters. The U.S. Navy, the world's most powerful, has the advanced Seawolf-class attack submarine, capable of reaching a maximum depth of 600 meters. The current record holder for submarine depth is the Soviet Union's Project 685 Mike-class attack submarine, developed during the Cold War. This research-oriented submarine, built with a titanium hull, achieved an astounding maximum depth of 1,250 meters, although it was not particularly useful for military purposes due to its high cost. At around 900 meters, we find the habitat of the giant squid. These mysterious creatures can grow to an average length of 12 meters, with eyes as large as 27 centimeters, about the size of a human face. Due to their deep-sea dwelling, humans rarely see giant squids, but they are plentiful in the ocean. As a primary food source for sperm whales, it is estimated that 4.5 to 10 million giant squids are consumed by sperm whales each year. At depths beyond 1,000 meters, we enter the deep-sea region, the midnight zone. Here, the ocean is completely dark, except for the occasional glow of bioluminescent creatures. There are no plants, and most animals survive on marine snow, a steady fall of organic debris from the upper layers of the ocean. At 1,280 meters, we reach the maximum diving depth of the great white shark. And we also will encounter the world's largest sea turtle, the leatherback turtle. These turtles can grow up to 2.7 meters in length and weigh as much as 500 kilograms. To adapt to deep-sea life, they have evolved a flexible, soft shell. At 2,000 meters, we find the Greenland shark, the longest living vertebrate in the world. In 2017, Danish scientists discovered a large Greenland shark and estimated its age at 392 years. These sharks are able to live so long because of their extremely slow movement, swimming at just 1 kilometer per hour and growing only 1 centimeter per year. It takes them over 150 years to fully mature. At this depth, you can also encounter the terrifying-looking black dragonfish, whose appearance might remind you of the Venom from Marvel. At 2,200 meters, we approach the maximum diving depth of the sperm whale. These majestic creatures are known for their impressive diving abilities, with a confirmed record of 2,250 meters in depth and 126 minutes of breath-holding time. In comparison, female southern elephant seals can dive as deep as 2,388 meters and hold their breath for up to 64 minutes. However, the true diving champion among mammals is the Cuvier's beaked whale. It can diving to a depth of 2,992 meters. During this dive, it also set another record for holding its breath underwater for an astounding 138 minutes. At 3,800 meters lies one of the most famous shipwrecks in the world, the Titanic. After striking an iceberg during its maiden voyage in 1912, the Titanic sank, and its wreck wasn't discovered until 1985. The wreck rests at such a great depth that current technology cannot recover it. In fact, visiting the site itself is extremely challenging. On June 18, 2023, the commercial submersible Titan imploded just 488 meters from the Titanic wreck during an expedition, tragically killing all 5 people on board. The immense water pressure at that depth caused the sub to be crushed in a fraction of a second, leaving the victims with no time to feel any pain, a small consolation in a tragic event. At 4,000 meters, the end cap of the submersible would have been under a pressure exceeding 9,000 tons, with the overall hull facing between 50,000 and 60,000 tons of pressure. The risks at such depths are ever present. At 3,900 meters lies another famous wreck, the remains of Air France Flight 447. The wreckage and the flight's black boxes were recovered from a depth of 3,900 meters, setting a record for the deepest recovery of a flight data recorder from the ocean floor. Below 4,000 meters, we enter the Abyssal Zone. In this cold, high-pressure, and completely dark environment, only a few species can survive, including certain types of squid, echinoderms, and marine arthropods. Despite the harsh conditions, some extraordinary fish species live here, with bizarre and terrifying appearances that defy imagination. For example, the anglerfish uses a glowing lure on its head to attract prey, while the fangtooth fish has enormous, sharp teeth that give it a frightening look. There is also the Pacific viperfish, known for its fierce and intimidating appearance. At 4,000 meters, scientists discovered a new species of spiderfish in 2022. This unusual fish has elongated pelvic fins that resemble legs, allowing it to walk along the seafloor, an amusing and fascinating sight. Beyond 6,000 meters, we enter the Hadal Zone. Only a few countries in the world possess submersibles capable of reaching these extreme depths. These include the US's Alvin, Japan's Shinkai 6500, France's Nautile, Russia's Mir, and China's Fendouz. At a depth of 6,895 meters, lies the wreck of the world's deepest known shipwreck. In June 2022, Texan financier and adventurer Victor Vescovo, using his own deep-sea submersible, discovered this wreck. It was the U.S. Navy's destroyer escort, the USS Samuel B. Roberts, which sank during the Battle off Samar in the Philippine Sea in October 1944. At depths beyond 8,000 meters, despite the immense pressure and total darkness, life still persists. One species, the snailfish, thrives in these depths. In 2023, a research team from Japan and Australia captured footage of a swimming snailfish at a depth of 8,336 meters in the Aizogasawara Trench off southern Japan. This fish was recognized by the Guinness World Records as the deepest living fish ever recorded. Previously, the record for the deepest fish was set in 2017, when a snailfish was filmed at 8,178 meters in the Mariana Trench. These fish have a semi-transparent body through which their blood vessels and bones can be clearly seen, a fascinating sight. Scientists have attempted to bring these snailfish to the surface, but upon reaching it, they quickly dissolve into a gelatinous form. Beyond 8,400 meters, fish are nearly absent, and at depths greater than 10,000 meters, even a 5-centimeter-long amphipod shrimp is considered a giant. For most life forms, these ultra-deep trenches are more desolate than deserts. The deepest place in the ocean is the Challenger Deep. It is a part of the Mariana Trench, with a maximum depth of approximately 11,000 meters. As the ocean's lowest point, it has sparked intense curiosity and adventurous aspirations. Since 1960, numerous expeditions have been undertaken by explorers from around the world. Only a few times succeeded. The first successful dive occurred on 1960, when Swiss explorer Jacques Picard and U.S. Navy Lieutenant Don Walsh piloted the bathyscaphe Trieste to the Challenger Deep. During the descent, a crack was discovered in the observation window of the submersible. After confirming it was safe to continue, they successfully reached a depth of 10,916 meters and stayed at the bottom for 20 minutes. The second dive took place on 2012, when Canadian filmmaker James Cameron piloted the Deep-Sea Challenger, a single-person submersible, to the bottom of the Challenger Deep. His descent took 2 hours and 36 minutes, reaching a depth of 10,898 meters. Cameron became the first person since 1960 to reach the ocean's deepest point, and the first to do so solo. He spent over 3 hours at the bottom and later described the landscape as desolate, reminiscent of the moon's surface. The third successful descent occurred on April 28, 2019, when retired U.S. Navy officer and undersea explorer Victor Vescovo piloted the DSV limiting factor to a record-breaking depth of 10,928 meters, surpassing the previous record by 16 meters. Vescovo explored the ocean floor for 4 hours, setting the record for the longest solo stay at the bottom of the Challenger Deep. On May 1, 2019, he returned for a second dive, reaching 10,927 meters and becoming the first person to reach the deep twice. The fourth dive took place on 2020, when 3 aquanauts aboard China's Fendu's submersible reached the deepest part of the Mariana Trench, descending to a depth of 10,909 meters. The Fendu's set a record for the longest operation at such depths, with 6 hours of work and exploration, the longest duration of any 10,000-meter dive in the world to date. Do you think this is the deepest place on Earth? Not yet. The deepest point from the Earth's surface is actually a man-made drilling hole. The first drill hole deeper than the Challenger Deep is the Kola Superdeep borehole, located on the Kola Peninsula in Russia, near the Norwegian border. It remains the deepest vertical borehole ever drilled by humans, reaching a depth of 12,263 meters. The drilling began in 1970 during the Soviet era and reached this depth by 1989. The upper diameter of the borehole is 92 centimeters, tapering down to 21.5 centimeters at the bottom. The narrow borehole is too small for humans to enter, so it was used solely for geological research. Due to financial difficulties and a lack of state support, the Kola drilling project was permanently shut down, and the borehole was sealed in 2008. There is a legend surrounding the closure of the Kola borehole. It is said that when the drill reached a depth of 10,000 meters, strange and terrifying sounds began to emanate from underground, which were thought to be the sounds of hell. The Kola borehole thus became known as the Gate to Hell, and to quell public fear, it was permanently sealed. The exploration of the ocean is just the tip of the iceberg. Despite being surrounded by oceans, our knowledge of them is not much greater than our understanding of outer space. This is because ocean exploration is far more difficult and dangerous than space exploration. While commercial space travel has already become a reality, humans have only descended into depths greater than 10,000 meters a few times using manned submersibles. To date, over 600 people have traveled to space more than 100 kilometers above the Earth's surface, and 12 have walked on the moon. But only about 40 people have reached the depths of 10,000 meters underwater. Despite these challenges, scientists have never stopped exploring the deep ocean. We hope that in the near future, we can provide even more insights to supplement this video.